All right. Um.
I like the vest. Yeah,
Yeah,
I like the
the
shirt too.
sponsor today, but we're gonna get into it quick. Welcome, laid back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Discipline Debbie Podcast. I'm your host, El Discipline. Alongside me is your other host, Suey Sotomayor. Jumping right into it, y'all know y'all are fiends, and y'all know what that means. That means like you're an addict. And because y'all are fiends, y'all know what that means. We're the suppliers, and we are supplying your weekly dose of discipline therapy, where not everything is completely free. As we're on Patreon for a plethora of exclusive content for you to see, but what is free is this judgment free, sucker free, censor free, sensitive free, and plenty of liberty. God and the ancient ancestors are great, and that means everything else is straight. So go grab your wine, popcorn, or my favorite roll of blunt. But make sure the children are in bed. Why? Because we have that soul food. And sometimes vulgar conversation prepare your mind to be fed like one up, inhale life, and exhale strife. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, you are tuned in to the Disciplinary Podcast. We're
We're
here.
here.
First and foremost, before we get into all that, sponsored by Woodsack French, Rudsack English. I've been waiting for this. I'm smiling. I've been waiting for this vest. Like I've asked them for this since like last year.
Wow,
Um,
it's hard to get like that.
yeah. Some point they stopped making them.
Oh,
They made them
really?
back. They changed the visor. You know what I'm saying? This is fire because this turns like this.
Oh,
And then there's
wow.
metals. There's magnets here. So check this out. See that?
That's
And then this
cool.
is removable. This visor is removable, right? Water repellent,
Oh, that's
rain,
cool.
snow,
Yeah,
water
ain't nothing
repellent.
getting in there.
Different from waterproof. So water will hit this, but it will like roll
Roll
off.
off. That's
This is
nice.
also removable.
The hood?
The hood. This is the last thing. Where is it? So this is leather right
Mm-hmm.
here, and then am I missing it?
No, because it's on the
Oh, there
bottom.
we
There
go.
it goes, yeah.
This is the last thing. So you see it? Stretch. Metal tips. There's down in here. About 800 plus fill power. 90 to 10 ratio, which is like the warmest, right?
Wow.
And then look over here. There's like leather, right?
Right?
You know how some people will force their buttons? It's like you could put your index finger and do it with one hand. Like I could be texting on the phone, and then I'm doing it with one hand, but put my index
That's
finger inside,
cool.
putting that, right? So then now, right, this is all like you could cover this or whatever. Because you know, Canada weather is different from like
Yeah.
New
They be
York
cold
weather
out there.
and other stuff, right? So, that there's also a cinch in here for the
Mm-hmm.
cinch waist,
Oh, to
make
make
it
it.
tighter.
Oh, wow.
Um, what else? This is sustainable in the 5 degrees Fahrenheit. It was like 25 degrees. I went out like this. I could say like wear something like I'm a big guy, so my
Yeah.
arms are not as cold, but someone's arms might be cold. So I would say like probably a thick hoodie
Mm.
under this or a crew neck, and you should be fine. Or you could wear this over a jacket or something like that. I didn't feel nothing here, like my chest, like
And your back feels good
wind, my
too.
back, yeah, because there's so much down in here, like feel it.
Oh, wow.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying? Like
fluffy.
you look at something like this, Montclair would probably have it for like 1,800, close to 2,000, right? This is only like 695, 700,
Wow,
right?
that's
But
nice.
you can't find this with Montclair. Like
Mm-mm.
look at this R, it's hard.
Oh,
Pause. You know what I'm saying? Like this is like
I gotta
tough.
touch everything.
You know,
Can I touch the letters on the hood?
yeah. It's
Oh,
leather.
they're leather. Nice. That's nice
So
stuff.
like you won't find this in like Canada Goose, Montclair, Macage. Um, this is like a unique style. Um, you know what I'm saying? The price is good too.
Yeah.
So I think this is all the features of it. Like this is fire. Like I've been waiting for this for a minute, but they have coats like this.
Yeah.
You wanna wear it?
You're not gonna let me wear it.
Yo, you good. I was about to say psych.
Come
I was about to say psych.
on.
Go get your own.
Like a
Get your own. You know what? I
damn.
might just ask them to send you one too. Oh, one
Thank you
last
very
thing.
much.
Last thing. Fleece pockets. Like
Can I
feel
touch the
that
inside? Thank you.
fleece inside, so it's
Oh,
gonna keep
and you
your
can feel
hands
the
warm.
down too. That's
Yeah.
nice.
But yeah, it is kind of warm. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Ladies, he's taking off his stuff.
what I'm gonna do is,
Can I touch the shirt? Is that from
oh
over
yeah,
there
this is
too?
patent leather too. No, this is not. This is not from there.
Oh, very
But
nice material though.
you know, our store too. Can't
Mm-hmm.
forget about that. Um, but you're gonna get into all of it.
Oh
So that
yeah.
was the sponsor for today.
We are everywhere. We are on. If you can't find us on our, or you can't sit down and watch us on our YouTube channel, don't worry. We are on all major listening platforms. It's wherever you get your audio entertainment. Um, Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, Overcast, Deezer, Castbox, you name it, we're there. Um, the links are in the description. How to become part of our Patreon family. You just go to how is it that we go? Oh yeah, you go to patreon.com/the Discipline Therapy Podcast. Mr. Discipline also has 7 published books for you to choose from. You could just Google all his name and all his works come up. But they're in BarnesandNobles.com, Amazon.com, you name it. Just type in his name, and like I said, all his works come up. You could also, if you want to purchase one of our hats or shirts, whatever, you can go to our online store, which is disciplinetherapy.launchcart.store/shop and check it out. We have tons of things that hit every month. I think that's it. And this week we're not at Belmore Music Studio, but if you need to record something, music, podcasting, whatever, you want to contact Joe.
Yes, yes. All right. Think that's
Where
it.
am I? Yeah.
All right, we're gonna
Where
get
are
into
we?
the topic.
There we go. I lost
Okay.
myself.
All right, we're gonna get into the topic. Cool, cool. Season 20, 213.
Yep.
Okay.
Women getting fired who are in powerful and prominent positions for obscene social media videos. We've already seen that happen. Um, and I think anyone. I don't think that if it's just women, but I'm assuming the obscene social media videos would be like nudity and stuff, or like cursing, or anything bad.
Could be like twerking, probably.
Mm.
I
Sex videos.
saw a flight attendant.
Mm-hmm.
And these were the course of years of like things going on in 2025. You know.
Nowadays, they can bring up stuff from a long time ago, so you guys better be careful with that. But I agree with that. If you're in a powerful or prominent position, what are you doing on social media platforms doing crazy things? Like
Well, you know what it is? Like because this is not like women's DNA to be like boss babes and independent. This is like a new thing,
mm-hmm.
right? Um, when you've never had something before, when you've never been in a position, you really don't know how to value it. It's true. You don't know how to navigate through it. You don't know how to sustain
It's
it.
true.
Um, you
It
don't know the
gets to your head
rules.
sometimes.
Yeah, you don't know the rules to it. It's like most of the time being in those prominent positions give you power. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes power is equate to freedom for some people,
Yeah, that's true.
right? So you know, women they're engulfed in everything. You know, men may make the money, they're the ones spending it more, they're the ones in the malls more, they're the ones in the grocery stores more, they're the ones in they're out and
Mm-hmm.
about when it comes to propaganda, when it comes to just ingesting things
Okay.
spiritually, energetically. And the biggest thing is social media. More women are on social media, like you could do a poll for hours versus like men.
Mm.
You know, especially like traditional masculine men. Traditional masculine men usually get traditional masculine jobs. So they
Okay.
don't have time for that because they're on the block. Metaphorically, they're out construction workers,
Mm-hmm.
they're Wall Street guys, they're in the they're in those fields. Like, what am I gonna do on social media if it's not something making me money?
That's true.
Like, I gotta be a provider. I don't got time to play games. So it's different for a lot of these times, these women. When they feel like they're bored, most of them are gonna, well, I'm
Jump
bored
on
right now.
there.
Let me jump on this.
Mm-hmm.
You're
It's
not
true.
gonna see a lot of these dudes like, oh yeah, I'm bored right now. We don't got work. It's our off season for like construction or warehouse. Let me put my phone sitting over there and do a TikTok dance.
Mm.
And so that's
Mm.
beta. That's not like what? You doing a TikTok dance like a female? Like
Mm.
masculine men are not worrying about doing that. I've seen nurses and jumping off topic, women in the medical field can cheat way more than regular women because there's so many places that they could go. A lot of them are not supervised. Hospitals are huge. and
Mm-hmm.
and and I've seen these videos of these nurses doing it, and I'm like, yo, how are they having the time to do that? So you see, they could cheat too.
Oh
they'll
yeah.
po- they'll sit their their phone down, and they're doing these dances,
Yep, I
they're
seen
doing
that
these
too.
challenges
Mm-hmm.
in their scrubs.
Mm-hmm.
So you're on the clock,
Dummies. Yeah.
and you know you have you've had some flight attendants that have gotten fired. There was a famous
Cops
police officer, female. She didn't get fired at the time. I think now
afterwards. Yeah.
she's done, but she just got
Suspended.
no, she got reassigned.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Because something like that is not going to get you fired. You're just going to get shame. The moment
Mm.
you go back to your office, you're going to get shame. And most of these female cops are fucking to get to where they are.
Oh
Like
my goodness.
literally fucking and sucking. And it's not just me saying it, cuz I got friends that are in the field. My cousin
My
got a best
goodness.
friend. You know what I'm saying? I know 3 male cops that have told me this stuff.
Oh.
And a female cop told me. That's why I know it's not like a lie. Because you
Right.
could just be thinking, those guys are jealous, da da da. Do they even know? Maybe they tried to kick it to those girls and those girls didn't, so they salty. I've
Mm-hmm.
heard it from a female.
That's true. That's
So
different.
now I'm starting to believe that I'm not saying they all do. Some of them really have the credentials and they hustle like a dude. They really, really worked to get
To
there.
get there, yeah.
Others, fuck them, suck to get there.
Goodness.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why they're not good at their jobs.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because you didn't earn it. So well, you earned it in some people's
In a
opinion,
different
but
way.
you didn't earn it by being good at your job, working at your job.
Mm-hmm.
So most of the times, these chicks that's been doing that, I'm reading in depth. I'm gonna assume they fucked and sucked to get to the top, because if they're willing to be in a music video and do that and have no shame, then that means they would have done that to get money. They would have
Mm.
done that to get a position because it's so easy for you to do it.
Mm.
For the ones that didn't, they have their integrity. I can't expect everybody to have God in them when they
That's
in the
true.
workplace. I can't expect everybody to have integrity and principles when it comes to money. You know what I'm saying? For women, that's part of like them selling their soul. So
That's
I
true.
like the fact that they're losing everything because now they're starting to be held accountable. That's what that is.
I was just writing my question. Do you think that there's a difference of these women who do, let's say, you've heard like stories from like chicks back in the days where if they were strippers or exotic dancers, to get themselves through college, like let's say to be a lawyer or whatever. Do you feel like that's different than somebody who is already in that type of position and still doing those types of things, like videos like that?
I respect a woman who sold drugs more than a woman who sold her body to do that.
Okay, but
So I'm
do you
not
feel like
going
there's a
no, I'm not going
difference?
to give them a pass on their past,
Okay, that's
and I'm not going to respect them. I'm going to judge them because remember we had this conversation before. Now, mind you, she might get a pass with me depending on the duration of time. She did it for 2 months.
let's say
She
she
did it
did it
for
for the 4 years of college and then she stopped.
yeah, 4 years is a long time
It
for
is a
you to
long time.
eradicate that out of your brain. You're used to doing something. Now
Yeah,
you
but it's to
not
get to, it's an end to a
yeah.
mean. I'm
So
talking about
now
back then.
yeah, so now you get in a relationship with her. So now we're talking about the most important thing, her getting now with a man.
Okay.
So now
During or after?
after.
Okay.
So
So she,
now 4 years is a long time being embedded in your subconscious. You know how to play the game to influence men to get them to give you. So now when you get in a relationship with her and you guys get into argument, whatever, spoiled, she wants something you don't give her, she goes back to that even subconsciously. Now she playing games with you, manipulating you because it's what she used to. It ain't her fault. She got 4 years of experience of doing that on a constant basis. It's she used to it. She just does it without flinching. She just does it without integrity. She just does it without thinking because that's 4 years of experience that is consistent. So it's hard to like eradicate that from the brain. You know what I'm saying? It's going to take a very strong man to constantly metaphorically beat that like out of her head.
mm,
So she won't do that to him. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it depends on the duration of time. Like I said, I would rather her have sold drugs, got into some hard shit. Like I don't consider weed drugs, right? Hard shit where she making thousands a week. You know what I'm saying? Equivalent to a stripper.
yeah, but that's
I would
hard
rather
for a
her
woman.
do that to have been like, yo, I did this to pay for college versus selling her body. Because that type of activity, that type of mindset you gotta have to be able to do that, you know what I'm saying, is different.
I get what you're saying, but also,
Because at least, just hold that thought, at least that woman who's selling the drugs, that's such a great hustler mentality. You can bring that into business. Now, the chick that's hustling her body, she's not, she's not, she's not, what's the word I'm looking for, versatile. She's not versatile. The woman that sold drugs is versatile. She had to be a good talker. She had to know how to move. She had to be able to observe her atmosphere. She could tell by a person's body because she got street smarts. The person that's just the woman that's just moving off of just selling her body, most likely it's a gentleman's club. It's not like unisex. It's a gentleman's club. So she's aware of how to manipulate men specifically to get the dollar. So she don't gotta do a lot of talking. She just gotta look a certain way and maybe work that pole right. Some chicks go over and beyond to get the big cash and they do the champagne room shit where they actually giving it up. You know what I'm saying? So now it's more on that prostitution aspect. You know what I'm saying? They're not just stripping. So to someone like that is very, very dangerous and manipulative, and knows how to like be spoiled and get what they want because they're used to just using their body and doing a certain thing, dance or whatever, to appease the male gaze. The female queen pin, she got to do a lot more work. You know what I'm saying? Because she not gonna come in and get into that frame of, oh, using my sexuality and all feminine and oh nice and whatever to get that. She gotta turn her masculine up. She gotta talk like a man, move like a man, carry a weapon or whatever to get the respect. But when you're looking at the stripper, you're like, damn, she not she's heavy in her masculine, but she got a lot of feminine aura that she could give to appease the male gaze pertaining to sexuality, which is gonna get her what she wants quicker than the chick that's hustling the controlled substance or whatever.
Okay, I have two things with that. I guess I agree with you in terms of which one would be. I don't know.
Worse.
I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything about that. I take that. I redact that. But it's hard for a female to get into the drug game at that level. You know what I'm saying? It's very difficult for a woman to get to that queen pin status. You know what I'm saying? If anything, they'll be like, "Here, go bring this to over there and
And
wait for
you're
the
proving
money
my
and blah blah blah."
point.
Right. So, but what I'm saying is, I don't think that it's also easy for strippers. There's all types of different men that go into those clubs. There's the pendejos that are like, here's the money, and then there's other guys who are more rowdy, more raunchy, and I
You're
feel
wrong.
and I don't think that
You're
I'm wrong.
and that's okay that you
Right.
think that, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. You're wrong. You just proved my point. Because it's harder, right? Because it's harder, what don't kill you makes you stronger. She gonna be a master. That's why when she's done with that, you can utilize her more than the easy. You're thinking at surface level for the stripper. Women are already viewed as sexual objects from men.
I'm just saying
That's
it's
why it's
it's
easier.
it's hard, right? But
That's why it's
that's why it's
easier.
harder for them to do the drug thing, and it's illegal.
And yeah, which is the irony, right? It gives her more respect. So it's harder
It does
for
give her more
me.
respect.
It's
That's
harder
true.
for me to be a owner or a manager of something luxury, black man, than it is for the white man, the Asian.
Mm-hmm.
You see? So that means if it's harder for me, I'm gonna work harder, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
I gotta earn my value. And if I gotta earn my value, then I'm steps ahead of them.
Right.
Because if I left there, then I can utilize that in any endeavor. They're gonna go based off their privilege, right?
Right.
And if people are protecting them and taking care of them, they ain't get the tools to even learn their job. So they'll never be good
Mm-hmm.
because they're gonna keep going off their privilege. This
Yes.
is the same thing with the woman drug dealer and the woman doing her body. Her body, she's privileged by that,
Right.
right? It's easy for her because she's already viewed as a sexual object. Remember, I said she didn't gotta talk.
Mm-hmm.
She just gotta look a certain way and show up. When they call her by her nickname, hey, it's Butterfly Tornado Susie. And she's coming out there, whatever, or Julie, or whatever their name is, right? She's coming out there and she's not saying nothing. All she's doing is shaking, moving, and if she's good on that pole, she gonna get it. Because remember, she's already viewed like that. She ain't gotta do nothing. As she was born, men are just giving her her sexual value.
True.
Now, the woman who's going into a male dominating industry, it's harder for her. So when she actually becomes that, she's gonna, like, even though it's a bad thing, she's gonna get more respect out of it because it's harder for her to have gotten in there. That means when she leaves that, what she learned from there, she's going to take in any endeavor and dominate because it was harder for her to do this. She had to do more work. So, for me, when we looking at two type of spectrums, it's like, damn, where I came from, how I look. If I decided to do what the Queen Pin did, people would look at me. We had a show like this.
Yeah.
So people would look at me like, that's the best you could do? Come on. That's how America see you as. That's the best you could do? That's the best you could be.
Mm.
That's the same thing with the stripper. You see what I'm saying? So it's not like it's not the same. You know what I'm saying? You don't get the same respect and you're not looked the same. So I'm happy that these women are getting reprimanded and even further losing their job from doing things like that. Because it's not hard for you to do that. You ain't even gotta know how to twerk. The stripper knows how to twerk great. You know what I'm saying? She trained to do that for money. You're doing it on social media for attention.
Mm-hmm.
No capital. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? And you're not doing it well. But a guy's not gonna look at it that way. He's gonna They're gonna get those views. It's gonna circulate. The women are gonna boost them up. The men are gonna boost them up, and it's gonna keep going. You know what I'm saying? And the reality is, like, they're not they're not looking in depth of if you're good at that or not. They're looking at it like, oh wow, she's doing that, and she's on the job. Like they're getting excited. The dopamine is hitting, serotonin, and when they're seeing that, they're looking at it like, oh my goodness, this is like a different realm where we are in, where women can do this, and it is the norm.
Mm. I agree with after when they're already in those positions that that where that is prominent and powerful, like you're already there. To me, you must be making the type of money that you want. So why
because
sacrifice your career for like
bec- bec-
that quick,
because like the
the
crack.
word I'm trying to get,
Yeah, I'm gonna
fix,
explain it.
quick fix.
I'm gonna explain it to you. Because like the crack fiend who wants to go cold turkey,
Mm,
they want crack, him or her. They want crack. And the reality is, it's like, yo, I want to go cold turkey, but I'm so used to this. Like, it's like an addiction.
mm.
For most women, it's like attention is their currency.
Attention, yeah, that's what it
So
is.
the reality is they itching, yo. They like
Mm-hmm.
itching like when the crack person can't get their crack, they go through withdrawal. And one of those forms of withdrawal might be itching. So metaphorically, they're itching.
Mm.
They get to a point where it's like, damn, I've accomplished everything. I'm bored. I ain't getting the attention now. I see them doing this online. I'ma do it. It's downtime at work. I'ma do it. The attention hits, and they can't fight it.
Mm.
They can't fight it. They do it. They do it without thinking. And now the social media is their crack.
Mm-hmm. That's
You know
true.
what I'm saying? And they give in. They give in without thinking where they are. They give in without thinking what they have to lose.
Yeah,
They
that's
give in
true.
without thinking of the possible ramifications.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I'm saying?
awful.
Because there's a lot of factors. There's, ooh, they're doing it and they're not getting shamed.
Mm.
They're doing it, they're not getting reprimanded.
Yeah, they're not getting
They're
caught.
doing it, and this isn't against the law.
Yeah, it's fun.
So like that's really what's happening. Like it's a fiend for that attention,
Yeah.
and they can't help it. They're giving in to it. You know what I'm saying? And without even thinking, it's subconscious.
More. Who do you think does it more? Women who are in relationships also, or women who are not? Like, who do you think does this more? The videos and stuff. I think it's the women that don't have that are not in relationships because they're not getting any attention at home. You know what I'm saying, from their man because they don't have one.
I
So
I think no. Keep going.
that's why they get not, I don't want to say desperate, but they get that itch to get that, I need some attention right now, and they obviously don't have anybody home, so they jump on on the
It's
platforms
is
to get it.
it's just like money for a lot of women means to an end. The I'm doing this for the dopamine hit. It's just temporary. I
Mm.
need this. I'm feeling depressed today, whatever it
Mm-hmm.
is. And I want to make it clear because I don't want people to think I'm picking on women. But we need to hold them accountable like we hold men accountable. Like, we do both, right? We had the show before this when we were talking about is it less of an attraction for men?
Mm-hmm.
So we talking about guys. Today we talking about the women.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think that when you were talking about you were saying something that triggered me, and I'll let you keep going. Um, what was it? What was it? You were saying um 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 um
That it's hard for women to get into the drug game.
no, no, no,
About the strippers.
no, no. It was just now. Like you
Oh,
kept
who does
going.
it? Who do you think does these videos or whatever more? Some women who are in a relationship or single.
Yes, yes. I would say the single women
Yeah, I
do
think
it
so too.
more. I would say the single women do it more. And the thing that's crazy is there's women in relationships who are single. They move like that.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think the single women do it more. Um, the ones in relationships, they'll do it sometimes, and it comes down to what you're saying. Because at the end of the day, for some of these, for some of these chicks, like I'm calling them that because they're not in their divine. When they're in the divine, they earn the title woman and
Mm.
they act a certain way. A lot of these chicks don't like the men they're with. They like the superficialities. So a lot of times, remember in like even past episodes when we used to have BDSM, I used to talk about BDSM on here. I
Mm-hmm.
used to talk about how I'm an elite dom because as I'm getting these women who might have been brats with other regular dudes, I teach them to love the man, then they get the dom. And in teaching them to love the man, I teach them accountability. Accountability brings growth. I teach them how to be a woman. So they might have came in here being a girl, but I elevate them to the divine.
Mm.
How do I do that in a sense of taking the superficialities away? I don't give you what you want. I give you what you need.
Mm.
Most of these chicks, part of want could be attention.
Mm.
Once you start garnering that attention, you forget about me.
Mm. Got it. That
It's the
makes
things
sense.
I'm giving you now. So now you don't like a man.
Yeah,
You
what he
like what he
gives
can
you.
provide.
Yeah,
So
that's
the
true.
thing is, like, a lot of dudes don't teach women this.
I don't think they know a lot of regular dudes.
Damn, you just enlightened me.
See-
you,
You see, that's what we
you
do
could be
here.
you
We
could
enlighten
be
everybody.
you could be right with that. Um, so what ends up happening with that is the attention becomes the drug.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you gotta like eradicate that. And if you're having them if you're making them be accountable, then that's work. Women are not used to work,
No, definitely not.
especially working for a man.
Mm-hmm.
So once you start to do that, they start to like value things. They
Mm-hmm.
start to earn because human beings just value what they got to work for.
Yeah, that's true.
You see, so when you see these situations occurring, you know what I'm saying, and there's really no leadership there, that's when things get chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
We
And then
said
you
that in
can't you
other
can't
episodes too.
yeah,
Too
you
many chefs in the kitchen.
yeah, you can't help yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're not thinking about like, well, if I go left, what's at the tunnel? What's at the end of the tunnel of left? You're
Mm.
not thinking about that. You're just thinking impulse. I'm gonna go left because left feels good.
Mm.
Left looks good. You know what I'm saying?
So we kind of listed like um different
Fields
fields.
or
Thank you. That of women who have that we've read about. You know, we mentioned the police officer. I think we mentioned nurses,
teachers. We
teachers.
forgot.
Yes, teachers too.
Teachers. We forgot.
Which one? I know that it's bad. Period. You know, women should not be doing this, especially when they're already in those positions. But which one do you think would is worse in your opinion? To be caught doing something like that.
Teachers.
Yep.
Who gives a fuck about the flight attendant?
Or
Um,
the
I,
cop.
um, yeah. So
But nurses.
teachers, nurses. Um, who else? Who else? There's more, yo. Like
I mean, I'm
there's
trying to.
more prominent things. Women in corporations, like maybe like your manager. You're like a manager or a
Mm-hmm.
CEO
Yeah.
of a Fortune 500 company.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what else? I just think leadership in general. The moment a leader start doing goofy stuff, like you got followers that are gonna do goofy stuff. As a leader, you want to try to affect change
Right.
in a positive way.
That's
So
funny that you said
the
that.
only way you could do that is by leading by example.
Yeah.
So these females that are in these prominent positions, I would correlate them with leadership roles. And the reason they're failing at it is because they've never been in leadership roles. So they don't know what it takes to sustain it. They don't know, like, you gotta, like, remember when I said in a show, like, a lot of people out there call themselves king and queen,
Yeah.
and they're disrespecting their ancestors
Mhm.
because they're not.
Behaving like it.
There's a lot of weight to that name.
They're not carrying
They're
themselves
not,
like that.
yeah.
Mm.
So it's the same thing,
Yeah, that's true.
you know. So you have a lot of teacher is the first of the list.
Yeah.
Before I put like nurses and stuff,
Me too.
because it doesn't matter if you're a teacher of a
Right.
university. It doesn't matter if you're a teacher of middle school or
Mhm.
high school. You're still most likely older than you know the students.
Mm.
You know,
Mhm.
so most of the time they're not just looking at you as their teacher, they're looking at you as their mentor, even
Yeah.
if you don't want to be.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, so you know, the things that you're getting caught doing when they go viral is making it worse for the next generation.
Yeah.
Because now the kid that's in your class saw that. Wait a minute, that's Mrs. G.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, they're calling her friends. Yo, look at Mrs. G or whatever. She don't got no mask on. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's her. I know that's her. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like,
crazy.
and what if she was like half naked, so it's like you can't even tell because maybe she changed her hairstyle or whatever. But you got those kids with that eidetic memory that's like, I know that looks
Mm-hmm.
like Mrs. G or whatever, or you know, whoever other name, Karen.
I also think like not even just those types of videos where they're twerking and all that stuff, but also let's say like, and this one maybe falls with all of them, like teachers, the cops, especially for this one, but nurses and all that. But when you hear them using like racial slurs too on video, you know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? Be conscious of. I'm not saying hide it. Good Lord, no. I think all those people should be, caught. Just how you say, when they're getting everything taken away for doing these like the twerking and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with that. I'm like, thank God that people got caught. That they filmed that, and you can see and hear, what they're saying. But I think it's great that you said women in power or whatever, that they're people are watching them and they shouldn't be doing goofy things. Because that brings me to, who Erica Kirk is, Charlie
Oh
Kirk's.
yes.
She was just
Mm-hmm.
in front of a whole thousands of people twerking.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, I guess she stopped mourning her husband
Yeah.
because she was up there trying to twerk, if anything. And she has, a whole lot of people looking up to her, and that's what. Good job.
Yeah. I mean, when you when you look at the like these women in these positions of power, right? When they're talking about like women empowerment and women movement and less girl code and less be for women and I'm for women, they make all women look bad when they do stuff like that.
Yeah.
They're not moving forward. They're
Which is funny
hustling
'cause
backwards,
she's not for
which
that
is
though.
like doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like that's an oxymoron. Hustling backwards, that's an oxymoron.
Yeah.
So they're hustling backwards, like they're not making progress
Yeah.
really. When you get into the brink of really finally getting that respect, like women are finally getting that respect, here comes a dummy. Then they bring it back. Yeah, we didn't take them seriously. Look what they doing. We were close.
You
They
know.
almost had us. They
Yeah.
almost had us. Yeah, we knew that's what they do. That's all they good for. Some guys will
Oh
say that.
my
That's
goodness.
all they
Yeah.
good for. They're gonna be
Trump and
just a
Epstein would say
whole.
that. Yep.
Yeah, that's all they good for. Then now they don't get that respect. And then they're putting these positions of power to some of them to be puppets. Because they know that the woman being in that position of power, I can control her.
Which is
But
what.
she's not really getting there because she's the best qualified. She
Mm.
getting there because Like that's what she do. All right, she was on her knees when she did it, or da 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 da. She was sucking. She was doing this. Like that's what is she giving it up? Promiscuity. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? It's not really hard work. You not you failed.
Yeah.
Like you.
I thought it was interesting because especially from Erica Kirk because her and excuse me, her and Charlie Kirk's stance were all about tradition, right?
Mm-hmm.
Role model, how there's what a woman should do and what a man should do, and that they incorporated that in their household. And he spewed. I'm sorry, he spoke a lot of God forbid one of his daughters was raped, he would have her still have the baby. And
Mm-hmm.
so to see her, because she said that she followed his word to a T, which is what she's doing now. Instead of being home with the kids, she's taking over his podcast. But if you were such a traditional woman, what are you doing twerking in
Maybe she was.
front of all those
Maybe
people?
she was cloned. Maybe she
You know what? They
was
are saying that
possessed.
too. They are.
Maybe
If
she
you
was
if you put a
possessed.
side by side, it looks totally different. But
Maybe she was possessed. Um, that's like
interesting.
our Patreon conspiracy stuff we have. Um, yeah,
It's good
become a
there.
Patreon
It's good
member.
there.
You
Yeah.
know, exclusive content that we don't talk about on YouTube because
And
it's sensitive.
yeah, and you know what's
Um,
funny that all the MAGA supporters that support her, they were just cheering her on. Nobody really like stopped and was like, "Wait a second, she's never, this
yes.
is what she preaches against."
Mm-hmm.
And it's that like stuff like that also drives me nuts. There's a word for it. I bet like you could do it, but I can't.
Mm, it's a double standard. It's
No, no, it's hip
hypocrisy.
eso. The hypocrisy
Yeah,
is insane with that.
yeah, 100%. Um, I think that you know, it's it's so hard because there's a lot of there's a lot of women. Well, I wouldn't call them women. I would call them like chicks or females who get to these positions really, really early, and this is why they act the way they act. You know, um, you know, I want to talk about this real quick, and not gonna mention her name. They need to go back to the shows. We brought a female on that did OnlyFans.
Mm-hmm.
I remember her name. Do you remember her name?
Yes.
Yeah. So w- she was sent to me by somebody. And the
Mm-hmm.
person that sent me her was kind of like, can you talk to her, bring on the show? Maybe your perspective, discipline can change her path because that was like a friend of hers and she didn't want her to go in the wrong path. So one of the questions we asked was, well, what if your son
Mm-hmm.
who's she didn't have kids at the time. What if your son saw? She didn't take accountability. She said, "Well, why did I remember this rigorously? It's
Yeah.
crazy. Why would those kids or their parents let those kids watch that content?" I'm like, "You're
Mm-hmm.
not answering the question."
Yeah.
I don't like arguing with people back and forth, especially women. So I'm asking you a question. I want a straight answer. You're not giving me a straight answer. That's it. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not gonna keep going with you.
Right.
So then I said that, you know, the path for you is not good. And
Yeah.
God speak through me. So
Mm-hmm.
when I say things, I kind of manifest it into reality.
Mm-hmm.
So I heard from her friend or ex-friend that she got with a really bad guy
Mm.
in jail now, and now she has a kid.
That's crazy.
So it's like you wanted to be a single mom,
Yeah.
you
That's
know what I'm saying?
crazy.
And it's like it's like for certain women that do certain things like that, where we getting into the topic, that's trauma.
Oh yeah.
That's trauma. Being an attention fiend, trauma. See, it's cool that you want attention from your man, but too much is crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? Then you want attention from the outside world. Then you want attention here. It's trauma.
Mm-hmm.
It's abandonment issues. Like your therapist will tell you
Oh
these
yeah.
things. It's maybe you weren't loved a certain way
Mm-hmm.
as you were young, so now you're starting to see strangers are doing it and you love it. You
Mm-hmm.
love that dopamine hit. That's temporary.
Yep.
So trauma is what causes this. Trauma is what makes a person, a woman that was cooking on OnlyFans now producing adult content.
Yeah.
Trauma,
Yep.
you know? And it's like when you don't heal this trauma or you identify with it, you continue to go through the wrong path. And that trauma plays into factor of everything you do go that's toxic that you also absorb and invite.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Especially relationship.
Yeah, I agree.
So um it's not a good path, but I think that oftentimes the women are not being held accountable for these virtual behaviors. And
I
these
mean, they are now.
and yeah, they are now. And now that they are, it may cause other women to stop.
Hmm.
Like I want to do it. Uh, let me chill. I'll do it for my man when I get one. The single
There
woman
we
is
go.
talking,
There we go.
or you know what, like whatever. Like let me do this, but I'll send it to him, or I'll keep it in my camera roll. Like I
Exactly.
won't show the world.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I think the moment you start to broadcast, you gotta be willing to accept everything,
Oh yeah.
But what it is monkey see, monkey do. I think
Mm-hmm.
that's why it's becoming an epidemic in the first place.
You know what else is fun? I mean, like if you like that type of attention and but you're more reserved, let's say, um, like taking pictures like that and then sending them out like out of the blue to your man. If these are for the ladies that have a man, don't say nothing, just send them a text or whatever, because he'll hit you back like, "Damn, when you coming home?" Or you'll get whatever reaction you're looking for, and it will if you're a fiend like that, it'll cure you for that minute because you're getting it from your man. It's a healthy type of way of getting it.
Mm.
Is what I'm trying to show the lady.
Yeah, I think depends.
I'm
Depends.
saying to send it to your man.
Yeah, it depends. Like um I don't
Uh
know.
oh.
Like it depends what type of man he is.
What do you mean?
Like he
I'm
could
saying
be
if you know, ladies, that you have a good man, um, you know what I'm
yeah, he
saying?
may he may like that, right? He's heterosexual, but he might be like, "Yo, you just sent me this. I'm around a lot of people." Da da da. Like it depends. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I haven't seen or heard a lot of men really complaining about it, but it really depends. It really depends on the man. You
I
know what I
guess.
mean?
I
It
guess you
could
have to
be
know where he's working. Like,
like,
like if he's a construction guy, maybe don't send him it there during work hours.
like
I don't know.
it
I'm just trying to
depends.
help out.
It depends, right? You know what I'm saying? I think a conversation could be had, and then you could do the
And then
random.
work it out. Yeah, we cute.
Yeah, I think the conversation could be had, cause we had a show like this. If she doing something freely, be like in his mind, damn, she always been like this. And it might backfire.
If she's sending her man a picture, that man is in. I'm not even gonna say that no more.
Cause there's a lot of men who already
Jeez,
there's a lot of men who already generalize women
but that's
based
his
off.
girl.
Doesn't matter. There's a lot of dudes that really don't believe that she's his.
That's awful. I could never be in a relationship like that.
There's a lot of
No,
dudes like that.
just listening to that is draining.
There's a lot of
No, thank
dudes
you.
that don't believe that their girl is
That's a
his.
red flag then to me.
You know what
That's
I'm
crazy.
saying? So I've heard it. I've heard it from some dudes.
I'm
Like,
sure you have.
I've given advice to one guy, and he was like, "Nah, cause if something better comes along," I'm like, "What? Yo, she's invested, bro." Like, "Oh no, but you know how women are." I'm like, "Bro, you traumatized."
Wow.
You see, so I'm not just talking like just shit. I'm
Yeah,
just
no,
assuming like there's guys that move a certain way too, where it's like we talked about maybe one of the couple shows prior or the last show where you were saying, oh yeah, I'm not gonna tell her what to do. Like she should just figure it out. And I was saying that's a man that's emotionally
mm-hmm.
unavailable.
I
So
remember.
if he's not doing that, maybe he's thinking she's not mine.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? Is he questioning if she got rosters or not? He see her social media flooded. Sometimes it's just like, well, I'm the one hitting it. I'm good with that alone.
mm-hmm.
Oh, who cares if she's interacting with these guys on line, comments back and forth, hard eye emojis and shit. That ain't cheating. It's happening in front of me. I don't care. Like there's dudes that put
They're
it
not
in
like
their
that.
back of their mind, and you're giving me that look. It's okay because you're not a man.
No,
You're
I
not a
just that's
man.
crazy.
Me, I
And
don't I don't vibe like that. I don't vibe like that because remember, I live a different lifestyle. I know they're truly mine and the rules I implement.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? That I know they're truly mine and how they're like they real active in the dynamic or not. When I could sense that they're not, my intuition is up. I have a conversation. Shit don't change. I let them go, because in that moment, like if it's a Scorpio thing, it's all or nothing. If you
mm,
not all mine, then you for the streets. Then you can't be half.
yeah.
You can't be with me and then have a roster. Can't be with me then posting and twerking online. So that means you're not mine.
Mm.
So I'm gonna be the emotionally unavailable guy, and now I'm not
Excuse me.
gonna tell you what to do. Now
Mm,
I'm not gonna decide where to go eat. Now I'm not gonna do all these things. I'm just gonna it's just sex. Like I'm just going with the motions.
mm,
I don't got plans. Yeah, that's what happens. I'm
yeah.
teaching you how the average dude think. He not gonna articulate, but
Mm-hmm.
he's thinking placeholder. Something better come along. She gone.
That's crazy.
The women don't know. But it's like these rules and boundaries not being implemented means to me he's not emotionally available.
Yeah.
Because men are territorial by nature. Some are possessive.
So that would you tell women that that is like a red flag to look out for?
Yeah, and if they're in a relationship and they're doing that and they're still in a relationship and he knows because it went viral, she's with a beta. He's weak. If they're single, they're fucking up their future.
Mm, that's true.
Potentially. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lose-lose situation by them doing that. But this is the problem, right? We don't tell them the consequences. We tell them be what you want. We coddle them. You can be a strong, independent boss, babe. You can be anything you want. Do anything a man can do. There's no but.
Mm,
Do this, do that. Be what you want. Say what you want. Go wherever you want. He can't hold you. You're not in a cage. He's controlling. Go on girls' trips. Dress how you want. Move. You're a strong, independent. But
mm.
we don't say that.
No, we don't say that.
you
That's important
know what
to
I'm saying?
say.
And no woman is able to do all these things that I mentioned and get success. Get the man she truly wants. Get the man that her DNA is in sync with. Doesn't happen.
Mm,
It does not happen. It's polarity. You do the math. The math really ain't mathing. You know what I'm saying? They might think, but they're just foolish.
mm,
They're lying. They're lying to themselves. They're lying to public. They don't really have what they want, but they don't want shame. They don't want scrutiny. They don't want to feel embarrassed. But they know that they're not with their type. They're not with their first
mm.
choice.
That's true.
So I think that you know, while they're doing these, they're messing up so many potential things that they
Like
can,
opportunities and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
they have a lot of power as women, but they're doing it. They're utilizing their power in the most asinine way. They're um they're not utilizing their power in the most divine way.
Mm.
Where it's gonna affect change in a positive way. You know what I'm saying? And uplift and do all these things. I had a conversation with somebody like this girl. She was into spirituality and do all these things. And I'm like, I'm looking at her page like, you may not want to be a role model, but you are. Like,
Mm.
stick to what you believe God put you on this earth to do. Whether
Mm-hmm.
it's sound healing, whatever it is, healing, Reiki, whatever you're doing, stick to that. You start going into what they're doing, it's gonna diminish not just business. It's gonna diminish things what you're trying to do because you
Mm-hmm.
might not think you're a role model, but you're gonna be for the young girls and stuff of that nature. What happened? She got on her shit.
Hey, that's awesome.
She probably watches this
That's
religiously.
awesome. Good for
You know what
her.
I'm saying? But she got on her shit. And the reality is sometimes it takes men to say this
Mm-hmm.
because there's too many dudes that are just like after the pussy
Mm-hmm.
that they're not teaching. So I recount that. You know what I'm saying? I will rebunk what you're saying. And I will say that a lot of men do know how to teach. They do. I talk to a lot of guys. I coach a lot of guys. The things I say is not foreign to them. So they know it.
But do they say it to the
That's what it
women?
comes down to.
Ah, okay.
See? Because some guys, they take the coward approach, right? It's cowardice. They take the coward approach and not say it because they think of the possible. It's like a cat playing with the mice.
Mm-hmm.
You don't play with your food when you get it because if you play with your food, it's gonna run away, and you're hungry. So the thing is, the man, if they feel like they're gonna like just mosey around and like waste time, then it's gonna run away.
Mm. Eventually.
You know what I'm saying? And they're not gonna get to eat.
Mm.
So I think that they're going into the mentality of playing, and it's like nah, doing all this stuff, it's not gonna like affect change because they're not confident enough to think that they will. Like
So
even if I've had chicks curse me out at the time or whatever, I bet you they changed their mentality because they stopped being emotional. And then they were like, man, he's right. Because you got to understand that the women are like more like wolves than men because like wolves have this incredible sense. They can
mm-hmm.
smell things, feel things from a distance, and women can feel that
Mm.
when they're looking viewing the opposite sex. The intuition
Mm-hmm.
stronger than men. We talk about women intuition. So when they see a certain type of guy, they'll be like, "Ooh, that's daddy." That's why they call him that. A lot of guys don't get that title. They get like baby, honey, sweetie, and stuff like that. But when the dudes get daddy, king, emperor, poppy, and stuff like that, it's because they bring in that type of energy that their father, which was their first love, their grandfather, just the education and the protection aspect
Mm-hmm.
that those guys are willing to provide and bring to the table
Yeah.
of those things. And those women see that and they move accordingly with those guys.
Yeah, that's true.
The baby, sweetie, and all those things. It's just, well, I don't want to be lonely right now. It's just, I need somebody. It's just the
Settling for right
dopamine.
now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all that. It's the things he's providing. I'm not in love with him. You got women that really hate men. They don't like
Mm-hmm.
men.
That's another. I almost said chapter. That's
Yeah, they
another.
don't like men. Same
Mm-hmm.
thing with guys. Like they don't
Yeah.
like women. They don't want to love women.
Mm-hmm.
It's more of like what can we get here?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, y'all might as well just have sex dolls.
They have those.
You know what I'm saying? Have a sex doll for a guy, have a sex doll for women, like robots type. You know what I'm saying? Because you're just trying to get things from them. You're not trying to dive deep. You're not trying
Right.
to
It's just
like, yo,
superficial.
she's lacking. Like
Mm.
somebody you care about, you're gonna like help. Like, yo, you lacking right now. Like you holding them accountable.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So they could be better and grow. That's care. That's discipline.
Yeah, of course.
You know, so like, but like a lot of men are not gonna look at it in that regard because they're cowards. They'll allow the woman to like manipulate and say lies and gaslight. Oh, you're controlling. That's gaslighting. It's not true. You're controlling. You're insecure. Da 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 da. You can't handle strong women. Gaslighting,
Mm.
and they just back off. They don't, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what makes them like be like, you know what, I tried, it's not gonna work. So I disagree. Like I think they're educated. But I think like
But
for
they're not teachers though. That's why they're not able to teach. They don't know how to do that.
by nature, like men are teachers
But
first.
if they're not teaching their women that,
They
then they're
just they
not.
just in order for you to be able to do that, you need to be in tune with your higher self. Divine masculine.
And those men aren't, you're saying.
Yeah.
Mm.
So the
Okay.
moment you get into that, like people could be talking to you crazy. You're this, you're that. You don't feel away because you're at your highest consciousness. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? You know that the place that they're talking is from a place of anger, from a place of resentment. It's from a place that's toxic and unhealed.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't take them seriously. So you're like, no, no, no. Let me educate you because this is the truth.
Mm.
Like this is from a healed man or a close to healed man or a half healed man. So this
Or a
is what
man
it
on
is.
his journey. Yep.
You know. So
I agree.
yeah, it's like it's rough because you could tell like these women doing this stuff like God is not in them. They're not
Yeah,
in their divine. You know,
definitely.
but they're looking for divine things,
Yeah.
which is like crazy to me.
I don't know if they're necessarily looking for divine things. I think
They
how we
are.
said it.
I think they are. Like you never hear. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
You never hear women saying publicly that they want the bad guys. I want a man to treat me like shit because I know that's gonna come for the bedroom, and that's where I'm present the most. So if you get rock like that, I don't care how you treat me outside. I want a rude dude. I
Mm.
want da da da. I don't want him to treat me good. I don't want him to do this. I don't want him to provide protection. Who gives a fuck about that? I'm strong, independent. Love? I'm emotionally unavailable. Can we just fuck now and just worry about the next and make money and worry about the things in the future? Yo, no woman will say that. A lot of them will think it. No woman will say that due to the fear of judgment, resentment, due to the fear of I know I gotta be picked, even though they're saying they got a lot of options. I know I gotta be picked. So if I gotta be picked, why would I say that? Why would I say that? Because then that's gonna make the dudes I really want run away. That's gonna make them know where my intentions are from the beginning. No, I can't play a game.
Mm.
No, why would I say that? I could think it, but I'm gonna say the opposite. Yes, I want a nice guy. He's gonna buy me flowers all the time. He's gonna listen to my feelings. He's gonna not cut me off. He's gonna just value my opinion all the time. Like, yes, he gets the final say, but you know what? I want to make decisions too. He lets me make decisions. Lets me take control. That's a good man. Lets me do whatever I want. If I'm going on girl trips and my booty is online, it was nothing because I didn't fuck nobody that weekend. It was just a bathing suit, and that is a good man.
When you coach women, do they say these things to you?
One woman said, it. Not
What you
like
just said right now, this whole
yeah,
thing? Wow.
not every woman that I've coached. One woman have said that.
No, no, no. Not that she wants a bad guy. What has a do the women that you coach, do they say, I want my man to give me flowers and to listen to me and not cut me off and X, Y, Z, like everything that you just said? Do they say that?
One woman has said that, but I was exaggerating on the flowers. That's not a thing today. So, but along those lines, yeah,
Yeah.
like
Okay.
letting me do this, that.
Go. I want a man that lets me go on girl trips and
That's
let
a
me
good man.
post.
hmm
Wow,
That's a good
that's
man.
interesting.
But I've had majority of women really be vulnerable and tell me the truth. Like, I don't really care about this. Like, one woman actually told me, like, I'm fucked up. Like, I don't give a fuck for a dude calling me, talking about his day and venting. Like, I don't care about that. I got shit going on in my life. Got problems on mine. I can't be that for you. But she cool with taking her clothes off and all that. Quick.
Wow.
It's like you could, and I was telling her, like, you could be vulnerable sexually, physically, but you're not gonna be vulnerable emotionally, mentally. And you're not gonna be open to receive that from him. And she knew. She told me, I'm fucked up. You know what I'm saying? That's why. And I was like, well, you're not gonna meet like genuine guys.
Mm.
Because even if you're not saying this, like you're being forward with me, the guy will tell from your actions. So
Mm-hmm.
he's gonna place you somewhere.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, it really depends on the type of guy. Because like me, I'm really good at a lot of things I do. And I know how to make a woman feel good in every way. So imagine if I was a bad dude.
Mm.
Like I didn't have a good heart. Like I could fuck up a lot of women.
Yeah, but I think you
And the
could
thing
too.
is, like, they would end up falling because in the beginning they could be saying all that stuff, and then the things I do, and I'd be like, yo, da 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 da, and now they're gonna fall because they're gonna be like, well, no man can do this, no man can be like this, and I'm getting my cake and eating it too. He's everything. Best of
Mm.
both worlds. That's hard to find. So now they're gonna fall, and now
Like
I'm gonna
fall in
treat him.
love.
Yeah, and
Mm.
now I'm gonna treat him terribly, and now that's gonna mess them up
Yeah.
because now they're being submissive. And now I'm gonna like abuse that
Mm.
because I'm a bad guy.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to value that. So that's what I'm saying. It's like
It's like
you're
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 starting that
yeah,
cycle.
because the woman that is emotionally available, she has a controlling mindset where she can think she can control. But then when she meets that dude she can't, she gonna fall. Then she gonna end up like if he's not in his divinity, he's gonna fuck her up. Then what ends up happening? She's worse than before.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You see, so it's like women that like one of the things I was coaching her on when she said that was I was like, you need to have a relationship with God. And I was telling her, it's not that you need to go to church. That's not
Mm.
you need to have a relationship with God. You need to find yourself because there's nothing good headed your way being like this.
That's true.
You know
What'd
what
she
I'm
say to
saying?
you?
Like you can meet a dude that so bad he got you in drugs now,
That's crazy.
and
That's
and
true
and,
though.
and now you're on a path to like possible death.
Mm-hmm. Or being homeless.
You know what I'm saying? It's not good. Like I was telling her like you gotta look in depth. You can't just look at the fun aspect now.
Yeah.
This mentality is gonna get you that because you're putting out a certain energy. Like
Mm-hmm.
you telling me you fucked up. You telling me you don't want to do this. You're telling me that emotionally available. So guess what? You're gonna get the same thing. And then when you ready to be all these things, emotionally available, submissive, and all that, there's no like guarantee that they're gonna flip the switch.
Yep,
Who
that's
you're with.
true. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So like
I think
we
that's the scary part for everybody.
yeah, so I love it. I love that they're getting in trouble. I love it, man. I love it that they're getting in trouble in the workplace. I love that they're getting demoted. I love that they're losing their job because like we guys, we don't have a choice. Ain't nobody coming to rescue us. Ain't nobody got our back. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying this to be salty. It's the truth. So we got no choice but to hold ourselves in the most highest regard. because people are always coming for our neck, metaphorically, to step up and be leaders.
Hmm.
Oh, you got the young men following you. Oh, you're the epitome of guys. Everybody's saying it, from your grandfather to maybe your uncle, your dad, if they were in the person's life,
Mm-hmm.
the boy or the man's life. Then you got society. Then you got job. Come on, man. You know the female manager and the male manager are not treated the same.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So you get it from everywhere, to a point where the man might have a second where he's like, damn, that TikTok video, they're all doing it and wanting to do it. But then he remembers, I'm a man. Then he remembers, this could turn left. Then he remembers, mm-mm-mm, I'm this in society. I got a
Mm-hmm.
lot to lose. Blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
I got sons watching me. 2 boys or whatever it is, 3 boys.
Yep.
I got a little girl. Like whatever it is, like they're looking at that and thinking, my family's legacy.
Yep. I mean,
I gotta do right by them.
first thing that that's the first thing that people should think about is that, especially if you have people that are depending on you. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like
So
if this is my final thoughts. Are we up to that? Like if you are young, you should. If you're young and powerful in a prominent position, I don't understand why you're still putting yourself to do that. If you already have reached your goal in what you're trying to do. Um, but again, and if you don't know your own, if you don't know what the what the repercussions are, then that's a problem. That's something that you're gonna have to figure out. The easy way or the hard way. But if you are one of these women who are powerful in the prime position and you have a family, like that's even what are you doing? Stop and think. You have children that are maybe one day we'll see it, like how you told that guest that one time. You know what I mean? Like that
I was doing
happens.
OnlyFans.
Yeah, that happens. There's a porn star, I forgot her name,
Mm.
and I'm sure that many of them, once they have come out of that field, she had said she wants all her videos blocked. She doesn't want them because now she has children. And these are the consequences that I'm talking about
Um,
for people with families, and obviously for people without, because that guest that we had on, she didn't have children at the time. She did the content, and now she does. So now how do you hide that from your kid? Because that's gonna come out if it's on the internet, if it's saved somewhere. If somebody saved it, all of that can come out at one point.
yeah,
Just be careful what you do. And also, I'm sorry. I also agree that this does have to do with trauma in your life, and first and foremost, you should definitely um dive into what is making you search for that type of attention, or that type of dopamine release. Okay, now.
you know, like when when I think about like these females doing this, like I'm glad you said that, because when I would like I don't spend time on social media. Like 10, 11, maybe 12 years ago, Instagram was brand new. I
Mhm.
was. You know what I'm saying? I was like a lot. I've made a lot of posts. Like, uh, shout out to Mr. Latin Lover. Me and him made Spanish Girl Saturday.
Mhm.
I used to do Moreno Monday. I used to do Masculine Monday, Tied Up Tuesday, Hump Day, or Wet Wednesday, Freaky Friday. Every day, posts, and sometimes sapiosexual Saturday with
Mhm.
more of an intellectual post. Um, I'm not on social media like that anymore, because it's like, what's the point? Even if I'm making money on there, So the way I look at it is, I do my thing business wise, and I'm out. But when I
Mhm.
go there, these videos pop up, and I like it. I like seeing it, and I'm not trying to be a dick, pause, and like kind of bask in somebody's misery. But I see these chicks in the car. Oh, I'm 45 years old.
Oh,
Never got married, never
I've
had
seen those
kids.
too.
I was doing this. I was doing OnlyFans. I was da da da. I thought I could do this. Feminism was a scam. I was saying feminism was a scam, remember? Before
Mm-hmm.
they started saying it.
That's
Now it's
true.
permeating throughout the world. I love it.
That's
They're
true.
starting to see the conspiracy theory. It ain't a conspiracy theory anymore.
That's true.
So now they're like, they fell into the propaganda. They fell into the gimmicks because this is what ends up happening when you take the man out the house. And they knew that. Because the man can think logically and be like, chill. We ain't gonna do that. Why they going on female trips? You married. They all single. Why you hanging out with single chicks? You can't hang out with married. Like the man will think logically. The man, nope. Let's do this. Let's do that move. Blah blah blah. Once you take the man out, right? It's not just the protection that's gone. It's the logical thinking. So now the woman is like more in. She's acceptable to be more influenced. And it's like it's so much easier now to control when you're breaking up
The
that structure.
nucleus. Yeah.
So I think that you know it's good that we have platforms like this to say this, and then it permeates throughout, and you start having people wake it up.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And you know I think we need to continue, and other platforms to do the same, and I think there'd be a change. And
I agree.
I think that you know we gotta, like, I'm not telling them to not put women in positions of power, because you know some of them deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them work to get it. But the moment you see them like doing shit like this, like, take it away and hold them accountable, because like it lets you know what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like they don't value that position. They don't
Mm.
respect that title. You know what I'm saying? They're doing it because they're a single mom and they have a lot of bills to pay. Their bills are high. They acquired that on their own. So they need that prominent position for that. It's not in their DNA. Their DNA is to be a secretary, probably. Their DNA is to follow, not lead. Some of them, some of them do well at that. Now, when they get to these prominent positions, it's like they start doing what a lot of men already saw them as: whole shit, hoes. So they doing whole shit, and then now it's like, what are you really getting out of this? You know what I'm saying? What are you really getting out of this? The thing that won't make women move is other than money, is attention. No, no, the thing that will make women move, I'm sorry, other than money, is attention.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care what type of woman you are, divine, whatever. You're always gonna ask a man, what do you do for a living? That's not the first question I ask when I'm getting to know a woman.
Mm.
He gotta have something for you to, talk to him, get attention, want to be with him or whatever. Stability. Men don't look at women for stability. That's the difference with men and women. But
Mm.
some
That's true.
women don't even look at the money of concept of being opportunist. They just look at it as like stability, as build, as I want to feel secure here, And some people may look at it like, well, women love opportunistically because of that. And men love idealistically because they don't care about that. They'll just look at somebody and be like, well, I'll take the bad. I have an imaginary figment of where we could be. And I
Mm.
could take this little toxic trait and I could mold that and I could do this and I could do that because loyalty, she's faithful, she's this, she's a good girl. So I could love her. The woman naturally is not looking at it like that regard. So
Mm.
I think sometimes when they're doing these things, they're looking for come ups. Who's gonna notice me to put me in a rap video? so I can make what Beyonce was making. Because everybody started somewhere. You looking at, but I'm giving them image in their
Mm,
head because we all gotta get an answer of why they're doing this. It's not
definitely.
just attention. Attention is the first thing that's igniting it,
Mm,
but they gotta be something in each of their mind because they're all thinking different.
mm-hmm.
What can I do to all of them are thinking of something long term, an end goal of why they're doing it. The flight attendant hates her job. She don't want to do that forever. So she want to do the video, and maybe if it gets, if it permeates throughout the world from TikTok, then she'll get a baller. She'll get a baller, and now she can sit home. Or the other one is like, maybe I'll be in Rakem's video, LL Cool J. Um, I don't know who's a new artist nowadays.
Not them.
Lil Baby or something.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe I'll be in their videos. You know what I'm saying? And then from there, then I'll be in courtside at the Laker game or the Warriors game or something.
Mm.
Or then I'll get this and I'll get the bags. It's always something of the beginning. Like everybody got to start somewhere. So I think like to interview them, for them to tell you the truth, you'll get a bunch of different answers. I guarantee you. It's just the attention is just the catalyst. You know what I'm saying? And the reality is there's an end goal.
Mm.
There is an end goal. So, I just think a lot of women are weird, man. That's what I think. A lot of women are weird. Like I could say personally, 80% of women out there are like not my type. And they could
Oh
be they
wow.
could be like they could be visually attractive. Like I could be sexually attracted to them. Like they're not my type.
Mm.
Cause
Because of
cause
what they
that
do.
don't count for me.
Yeah.
Cause I could smash any chick and just make it a one night stand. It don't
Smash. That's
it
crazy.
don't mean nothing. Like it's nothing. I didn't build nothing for you. I don't care for it. I didn't build no connection. So it's like to me it don't even count. Cause I could do that easy. You see, so it,
Hmm.
it don't count. So at the end
Interesting.
of the day, I know I don't like you. I know you ain't my type. Cause I could smash tonight and tomorrow I don't give a fuck about you. I don't care if you get hit by a taxi or whatever. Like
Oh.
I wouldn't care. That's why I'm saying like
Ooh.
it gotta come to a point where it's like they're attractive. You know what I'm saying? They're attractive. And that's what I'm talking about. Like they're not because they're insane in the membrane. You know what I'm saying? They're not doing the right stuff. They're doing
Mm.
this twerking stuff. They're attention whores. You know what I'm saying? Their behaviors, their activities. It's like you look at them when you go out in social events,
Mm-hmm.
see them online. They're beautiful, but it's like you pass them by, you keep swiping. You move the other way. You see them, you move the other way. You don't even talk to them because it's like you like me. I get in more depth. A lot of people
Mm.
don't know type. I'm technical.
Mm.
Just because you're physically attractive and I'm sexually attracted to you, don't mean you're my type.
That's true.
You see, so I know that I can smash. It don't count. That's not a type because I'm just like operating based off my loins.
Mm-hmm.
Not
Looking
operating
to
on the divine.
release.
I'm not
Yeah.
operating on the divine. I'm not operating on the masculine. You know what I'm saying? Once I start operating in that, and I'm not thinking like a male, I'm thinking like a man, and I'm thinking like a god and a king. It's a different spectrum now.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like most of these chicks, they're not gonna get what they want pertaining to that. And we all know that eventually they want that relationship. They want that man. That's where they thrive the most. But they're not thinking about the consequences.
No,
And
definitely
and,
not.
and nobody's really teaching them. The females are encouraging because of the bullshit empowerment and all that girl code, which is fake. And then you got the guys that like they need a release, right? So they don't want to tell them the opposite of what they're doing. They encourage too.
Mm-hmm.
So it can make it easier for when I go out there. Because if no woman is taking their clothes off online, shit, it's gonna be hard to get the cookie
Mm-hmm.
when I go out there. But now that I see that they're all doing it, now I know I could smash the first night. Shit easy. Cause I need it. I've been on a drought.
Oh my goodness.
You know what I'm saying? In their mind, they're gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you're gonna have the real dudes that are gonna keep the ones that are good to them there, and maybe they'll play. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they won't say nothing, but the real guys will say it. Yeah, I'm just gonna play like I got somebody who's loyal and stuff. I'm attracted to you, and you got me horny, but I don't see you being on her level. So we could have fun. You good
Wow,
with
that's
that? And
crazy.
then now there's something of congruent. She cool with it too.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like that's temporary. She not gonna last.
Yeah, that's true.
More trauma and trauma when the woman accepts that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying for
And
guys
more
not to
trouble for the
I'm
guy
not
too.
saying for guys not to be poly. I'm talking about polyamory where it is long term. It's not short term shit.
Mm.
If you're building sister wives, you're building long term. You're building an empire. But for the woman to subject herself to that, she's building more trauma. And if she knows that that's not what she's into and that man is not going to be forever, it's going to make it harder when she's looking for what she's looking for in the future
Yeah, that's
because of
true.
what she's used to and subject herself to. So ultimately, like, I think that the women need to look internal, and you need to see like, yo, it ain't working for you, yo. Beyonce and Cardi B and them, they ain't gonna tell you how they really got there. They ain't gonna tell you how they really got there. Cause if they tell you how they really got there, that shit would scare you. Cause you ain't doing the same shit. You think doing this shit is gonna get you on their level. But they not
Mm-hmm.
telling you the truth, how they really got there. See? That's the difference. So, yo, put your clothes on. Damn, girl, you been naked for like 3 years. You still ain't got a fucking man. You had niggas. Smashing here and there, 3 month relationship, 6 months. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got a ring or whatever. You still single. Like, then that means this shit ain't working. Put your clothes on. Shit, you been naked
Try
for
a
three
different route,
years.
man.
Been naked for 3 years. And you still don't got what you want. Then that means it ain't working. They
Yeah,
say if it ain't broke, well, fix it. That shit broken. It's time to fix it.
that's
Put
right.
your shit on. Put your clothes on. Start moving in your good girl era, your soft girl era, and then you're gonna get what you want. Cause the woman is built to attract. When she gets into her divine feminine, she gonna start to radiate, and attract abundance of divine
Yeah.
in the entirety. Like they need people like myself and a few other dudes I've seen that talk like this.
Mm.
It's too much bullshit on social media.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody
Bozos.
talking about money and height and all this stuff you gotta make and bring to the table and high value. What are they talking about? They don't know what they're talking about. And a lot of these dudes never had real chicks. They ain't hoes. And a lot of these women never met real men.
Mm. That's
They
true.
just like fantasized about them. So they don't even know what they want. They know what they like. They
Mm-hmm.
don't know what they want. It's like we need to get back into our DNA. Then it will be clear to us, realize there's a God in us because we got a relationship with God. That's what it comes down to. A lot of these women are just, the devil is in them.
Yeesh.
They don't even realize they're possessed. Spiritual warfare. They're possessed. They don't know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I'm telling you, once you get into the divine, you'll move different. You speak different. You operate different. Even you in your circle of friends, you start to your girls are like, damn girl, you're on that wave now. And if they don't get on the same wave, you sever ties. You sever ties and you get with new friends. Same thing with guys. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta be that alpha in there. That's affecting that change in a positive way. And then it's like little one by one by
Like a
one.
chain reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The alpha wolf don't always lead at the front. I was watching this video on the Discovery Channel. The narrator was talking like this. That's how I noticed.
Mm.
They were saying that alpha, the strongest alpha dominant wolf, is in the back to protect everybody. That's
Mm-hmm.
crazy. You would think they leading, like they setting the path or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But there's so much wolves in the middle. You got the
Mm-hmm.
kids, you got the women, you got the older ones, you got the younger ones, the veterans, but the alpha is like in the back to
Yeah.
just protect. But he's like, you got to be the alpha because you're setting the tone. He's watching everything. Like the train to
Mm-hmm.
not get off the track. They're watching everything. So you gotta try to be that alpha. That alpha in the group is gonna affect change. And that's what you're gonna want. But some people they don't care about that. They just they
Yeah.
just want the dopamine.
Yep.
But the dopamine is not telling you what the long term effects are that are negative. And I think the women should try to mitigate risk as much as possible because she's more susceptible to harm in many ways. She's more susceptible to giving, absorbing more. So it's just a educational aspect.
Mm-hmm.
It has nothing to do with circumstance. Like they gotta find the education. They have to educate themselves, and they gotta have the right people in their circle that's gonna contribute to that growth or like help sustain it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like we're like constantly like healing. And you're like you think you're on your healing journey and you meet people that's not, it sets you back. So you gotta like just align yourself with things and people that are constantly gonna like contribute to that or keep that intact. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
people don't understand that too.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think oftentimes like these people are just connecting with other people because of trauma. Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
toxic
I agree.
and then I got a toxic fan base. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that's true
Mm-hmm.
because words are powerful. I'm divine.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what it is. So it's like, oh yeah, their word is law. No, it ain't. It ain't even coming from a good space.
Mm-hmm.
God don't talk to you. So he don't talk through you either. You know what I'm saying? There's levels to this. Like it's not something overnight. It's levels to this. And I think the work starts with the individual prior.
I agree.
Yeah, season 20. Yeah, next level. Like every year. I mean, 2026 is gonna be big. Like
Oh yeah.
we're on the come up. So
I know we are.
everything like of abundance for us in 2026
Hell yeah.
and our families and friends as well. Everything of
Definitely.
abundance, divine. No more fucking low budget shit. No little shit. You know what I'm saying? Even people here, we're not even talking about this. I'm not even talking about the
No.
podcast.
Yeah.
So much other things we got going on outside of this. That's what I'm talking about.
Definitely.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, you are tuned into one of the most raw, uncut, unapologetic, real, no holds barred, disciplinary podcasts. Peace.
Peace.